I
Pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in the track.
Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Shout out to the Otter Gang joining us over here. Also, guys, look at that big green crow behind me, 44.5% upside on the daily. Are seeing a little bit of a pullback on the hourly today. Crow's down 8.5%. We were talking to them yesterday about a 40-cent crow. And that's what I think we're going to see. I think it's flagging out right now. We're going to take a look at crow today. Also going to take a look at Chainlink. It's on a move right now, up 4.7% in the past hour on the daily, still up 3%. A lot of this coming in the past hour. Markets overall today, guys, getting a little bit of a shakeout right there above my head. That's the Dow Jones, the S&P, and the NASDAQ right there. They are looking a little flat-ish. They're slightly in the red, 0.15, 0.18. Russell 2K, though, your small caps, aka the stock equivalent of altcoins, sitting up to the upside right now, 0.36. So we're going to talk about this, talk about NVIDIA, talk about some economic data that came out, guys. We had this GDP that came in this morning, also had initial jobless claims for the week come in. We're going to go through all this data. What does it mean for the markets? And what can we expect to see on the pumpage or dumpage? We got some resistance on Bitcoin that we need to get through. So we're going to break it all down right here today on the Morning Market Report. You guys know what time it is. Thanks for being here. Get your notebooks out. Take a seat. Class is in session. Let's do it. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here, guys. So yeah, yesterday we had NVIDIA earnings. Came in, got a good breakdown of all of it. We're going to go over, but pretty much summarized version of it. The too long didn't read version for you guys on NVIDIA was that they crushed their numbers again. Record revenue and EPS beats. That's their estimated spending that they're going to be doing, right? Guidance was strong for quarter three, plus a huge $60 billion buyback that they announced on their stock. That equals long-term confidence. They're putting their money back into the company. But the stock dipped overnight. It did get pretty harsh pullback. It's all been bought up now. So watch for that to happen. We're going to be looking at NVIDIA today also. Bottom line, still the AI king, but the bar is so high now that even monster results can spook investors and growth looks less explosive. So that's what happened yesterday. Now we are seeing that there is a little bit of a return this morning on the early open market. And then, I went a little bit early today, Eric. Well, I'll explain that in a second. And then, so a little bit of a pullback and then pumped this morning. And now we're seeing another pullback at the market open, which happened about 24 minutes ago. So we went early today because Alex O redirected to us and he had to hop out about 10 minutes early. So shout out to the Otter Gang, guys. Drop those otters in the chat and welcome. Let's go ahead and get OC up here, though. He dropped in early with me. He said, I'll be there. I'll be there, sir. What's up, OC? How you doing today, brother?
Doing fantastic. Joining in the safe zone right here, like last minute right there.
Yeah. I saw you slide in. So I figured I'd go ahead and bring you up here. We're gonna go jump into the chat or into the news though. After we get into the chat, give a shout out to everybody that's in here. Well, not everybody. There's 154 people in here right now. 153 on YouTube, 1 on X. So yeah, shout out to everybody. Let's go jump over there let's give a little shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Alexander G in here, Crypto Billy, BC Port Corp, Brave Dave is in here saying good morning, gents. Dutchy, never realized Army Piper and Tino were twins. I don't know who Tino is, but sure, I'll go with it. Wix Wi-Fi 89 is in here. Glad to see you in the house with this harp. JR Caliphant is in here. Crypto Coin Mindset, Keith, Eric, Wallen, throwing me off at this early bit. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got to throw you off, keep you on your toes, kind of like a Bitcoin cycle. Shout out to Eric Wallen. Dude, biggest troll on X, and I love reading what he says to people. So, Mickey got you in here with us. Wayne C. Who else? Did I miss anybody in this bottom list? I know a lot of Dragonfly is in here. Dylan VA. Man, look at all of this. PB Stack. What up, Piper? What up with you? Drop orb short in Piper Academy just now. JR said he dropped the orb short, meaning the market opening at the orb at 15 minutes of the market open. Join up. It's only $5 and you make much more than that in a month. Easy. Yeah, absolutely, man. Appreciate you. G-Man, good morning to you and Iko. Wick 589. I missed him. Sorry, Wick, Mr. Wick, I can never miss you. All right, let's go get into the news, man. Let's break down this news. Let's come back. We're going to look at Crow. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at Ethereum. OC, I need you to get Solana ready because it does look like Solana, as Alex O has said, is leading the pack right now. So get that chart ready. Let's go jump over into the news and get all of this. Of course, I'm pretty sure my chart. Oh, it is set up. Look at that. Holy balls, as Alexander G would say. Looking here at the metrics on Into the Cryptoverse, guys. Right now, current crypto risk indicator sitting at 31.8%. Market's not in danger, according to this. Crypto market cap is sitting at $3.912 trillion, closing back in on that $4 trillion mark. Of course, that trend line, that median average of the total crypto market cap is sitting right now at $4.27 trillion, currently undervalued about 8.38%. We were in 10% the other day. So let me get rid of the LBCs. We got LBCs everywhere. We did a giveaway for LBC yesterday, guys. Lunar Beach's crypto for his new baby. And if you guys don't know, it's like over $800 that we got. Almost 900, I think. I got to do the numbers still, but shout out to Lunar Beach's crypto. I appreciate everyone who donated yesterday for his new baby. That's what we do. Givers gain. Harness your inner billy goat and givers gain. That's what you do in life. All right, guys, looking at the current crypto risk levels for Bitcoin, the risk bands are sitting at 53.9%, meaning we're still in a 2x zone. That's where we are. 2 times your DCA amount on Bitcoin currently. Of course, we got all the altcoins in our Discord. Every week we drop that. Bitcoin dominance with stable coins sitting at 57.5%. Without stables, 61.87. So still holding when you take away stable coins over 60%. Bitcoin dominance not looking horrible yet. Looking at the altcoin index, guys, where are we at in alt season? Where's that? 53% right now. This was at 55 and now it's pulled back. It was at 51. Now it's up back at the 53. But according to this, we are in neither one, Bitcoin nor altcoin season right now. Altcoin season will not happen until we get 75% of the alts outperforming Bitcoin. That is according to the historical metrics. Right now, only 26 of the top 50 are doing better than Bitcoin on their ROI. 23 have a less return on investment, ROI, less than Bitcoin. So not quite there yet for alt season. How are we looking on the fear and greed indexes? Let's go see. Fear and greed on Bitcoin currently sitting at 48. It's in neutral. Was at 50, sliding downward a little bit closer to fear. Greed. Fear. What it's opposite. Look, when it's fearful, I'm greedy. When it's greedy, I'm fearful. So yeah, closer to the downside there, which would be the fear in zone. Looking at Ethereum, it's sitting at 51 in a neutral position, also kind of in between, just like that ROI that said we're not in Bitcoin or alt season. Interesting that we're kind of sitting neutral and everything else too. The NVIDIA earnings day, guys. This was yesterday. I want to talk about how this all played out. because yesterday they were saying the options market is currently pricing in a 6.1% post earnings implied move, meaning upside based on earnings of 6.1% on NVIDIA. This implies a swing of $270 billion of market cap coming in after the close of the market yesterday. This is more than the market cap of 95% of the S&P 500 companies. Buckle up. Then it came in and they said, yeah, we sold 0 H2O chips to China in Q2, and China's business came to a screeching halt last quarter. Tariffs and export restrictions are real. We started seeing sell-off on the market. This morning, all gets bought up completely until market open, and then we get the fall back again. We got an article. We'll talk about that here a little bit more in just a moment. In the past 24 hours, guys, how many traders got liquidated? Who got wrecked? 93,706 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $260.96 million. Largest single liquidation was an ETH trade for 1.6. Not that bad. It's not a $12 million, not a $12 million loss trade there. All right, looking at the daily here, guys. Crow still at 35.6%. PYTH is coming up 45% on the daily too. OC little chain link competition there. Looking at the oh my god, this just happened. PYTH just did this on link moving and up 7.9%, and PYTH jumped in the past hour 42%. Holy balls. Get PYTH chart up, OC. We got to take a look at that, man. What the hell just happened with PYTH? Bitcoin up 1.1% on the daily, guys. Any other big movers here? 3.6% upside move on Solana, 7% on Chainlink, Sui, pretty flat. And then Chronos still up 35.6% on the daily, sitting at a number 16 position. It's moved up 4 more spots into the top 20. Who would have ever thought Chronos would be a top 20 token? It's insane. And then Leo token rounding out that top 20, only up 0.06. But man, PYTH in the past hour. What in the hell is going on there? OC, get that chart ready, because I think we're going to jump over there in just a moment, right in the middle of the news here, and take a look at that, because that's pretty nuts, man. Looking at the markets right now, NASDAQ pretty flat, 0.0%. It's absolutely flat, actually. S&P about 0.11, and the Dow Jones about 0.13 there. Looking at the Europe markets overnight, they were mixed. Asian markets overnight, they were mixed. Bonds market, 10-year yield pulling back a little bit, slightly. It is sitting at 4.23% on the U.S. 10-year yield. And then looking at oil, all of the energy sector down in the red. All of the precious metals in the green. We are seeing gold is up 0.53 today at $3,466. Silver is over $39 again, up 1.1%. Copper is up 0.5%. Platinum pretty flat. Palladium up almost 2%. All the precious metals looking pretty green there today. And then we'll do this, and then we'll jump back over, talk about PYTH. I want to look at that, and then we'll come back and talk about the economic calendar, guys, and how that data came out. NVIDIA stock turns positive as investors buy post-earnings dip. So last night, like I said, we got that dip after the earnings came out on the overnight. And then this morning, we saw futures running up, and then they were all of a sudden turned back around. NVIDIA, at the time of this article, down about 2% today. Again, they did not sell any of their H2O chips to China. Now they're talking about a $60 billion deal with selling chips to China, where they will $60 billion in stock buyback, I should say. But now they're also talking about, hey, we're going to sell this chip to China, but U.S., if you let us do this, we'll give you part of the earnings. So we're seeing a lot of that corporation to U.S. government conversations taking place right now. It's pretty interesting. But that's what happened with NVIDIA. OC, bro, what's going on with the PYTH chart? Let's go ahead and pull that up. I want to jump over to your chart and take a look at that. What do you got for us?
Perfect. Here's the PYTH chat. That's it. Throwing it back to you, Piper. Just kidding.
Awesome, man. But the guy.
All right, sorry, bad joke there. This is freaking incredible. Let's go and watch that. I mean, this is the 1 hour. Let's go even to the 4 hour. The 4 hour is just killing it. 1 second. Oh, sorry, lack of coffee. That's lack of coffee. And we have a really big pumping here. It's breaking in range with such force that, I mean, this is just a fantastic. Something important it is that, remember that I love range trading. Haven't seen this before, so that's why I did not trade it. But that is what a shame, because that would have been an amazing trade to take in. So let's go. Oh, I was just looking for this one. So we have here our range, and if we were looking for entries, well, I know this is in the past, but this was our reversal flip of the ribbon, or even breaking through our zero line. This would have been your entry or your entry. But so far, remember, do not chase after prices. This, I know that this looks like, hey, if you're a beginner, this might be telling you, hey, we're going to the moon, right? But no, it is not. This is going to be trapping you. Look at how fast this is retracing. Let's even go to the 15 minutes. Let's see what we got in here. If you're planning to jump in, or you really want to jump into PYTH, wait into the 15 minutes or even into the 5 minutes and start seeing some structure, right? Not even the 5 minutes have a structure. What is a structure? Let's learn from, like, for example, the previous one that was that is moving really, really fast, which is CRO. So CRO. There we go. Let's go for it. And let's jump into it very quickly, because this one also is been moving like crazy, right? Let me clear most of what I got in here, all right? Look at how now in the 5 minutes, so let's just think, or most likely this is the same thing with PYTH, right? So look at how then we start having a flag out, all right? And despite we're moving to the upside, all right, this kind of movements usually break to the downside and they go fine between a 30% retracement or a 50% retracement. That is your entry with your flip of the ribbon, right? So that will be, let's go and throw here a Fibonacci known point. Oh, sorry, is the other way around. They don't know what the F they're doing. Something like this. All right. So, and look at that. We have absolutely. So 0%. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me, man. It's lack of coffee, I'm telling you. Non-point, yeah, a speculation point. Somewhere, where is the full movement? Right there. All right, so we're looking at a 30% retracement, which is the other way around. Man, what the hell am I doing here? All right, perfect. This is the way. All right, so 7.8, 60% retracement, golden pocket. We have a little bit of that retracement. If this is just too complex for you, like it is for me today, you just throw your box. This is your 50 and this is your 30. So that's it, as easy as pie. With a little box in there. Don't know what's going on with me. So really quickly, 50%, 30% retracement, 25% retracement. That is your entry with a flip of the ribbon. Learning from pi. Remember, let's go to PETH or PYTH. And right here, we have the same kind of movement. We don't see the structure. So once again, we need to start seeing flagging out like that, or even flagging out like that, right? Remember, when we start seeing that, we're going to be going for that little box in here, going to the top, looking for that 50%, then that 30% or somewhere around here, and this could be your reentry for a continuation. But also, most important, if we start breaking to the upside, also jump into that continuation, because we might have it. But still, be careful with this
I'm not
kind of movement.
seeing
This is
I'm not seeing
uh-huh.
any news, by the way, at all. There's no news on why PYTH just popped off. It's so weird. Like, I think it's because Link is moving and they decided this is their breakout chance. They got that breakout of that trend line at the bottom. Matter of fact, I'm going to jump over on my chart here, bring you up here. Let's switch. All right. So look at here what I'm watching. I pulled some fibs here from the previous high back here that we had on May 9th of 2025. Just did a pullback, pull down to the bottom on some fibs. We're just broke straight through the golden pocket. So don't be surprised if we go back and test that golden pocket now, because we busted through the door. And anytime you bust through a door, you usually got to go back and close it if you have not done so. So yeah, I think watch for that golden pocket. It's coming in between 16.1 to 16.6 cents. If we come down and we lose that, then, you know, obviously, if you take a look here, we got this candle is just nothing at all. The fair value gap central here. So don't be surprised if this thing does a quick retracement. It was just nothing more than a money grab. But what I am watching on the Oscillator Pro, we're not getting any topside indicators yet. We haven't triggered a power bar. We haven't triggered a downtrend. The oscillator ribbon is still running straight up. Let's check it over here on the multi-oscillator scene. Let's see how that looks. And there we go. PYTH. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I mean, look at the RSI. It's not even triggering red. It's still bright orange. So money flow just started coming out of nowhere. MACD normalized looks good, man. There's no reason for this thing to have pumped the way it did, which gives me indication that, hey, we might be coming back. Yeah, we're coming back into the golden pocket right now. Let's put this on a 15 just to see. Yeah, the one thing I will say that's interesting, guys, you can see here this point of control. You see this right here, this dash yellow line? That's the point of control coming in right there at the 382, about 13 cents. Okay. So we've broken the value area low. We've broken the value area high. Okay. You see this purple line sitting right underneath that? What is that? Oh, I'll show you. I've got this running back to another time period for fixed range volume profile, going all the way back to this peak that we had back here in 2024, February 2024, and then one run in the entire history. Guys, all of them are putting their point of control right in this area here. Let's do a line, and then let's take this back in and show you. This is going to be the point of control where a majority of the volume exists right there between 12.9 cents and 12.2 cents. I think that this is going to return back at some point soon to its point of control. And what I will do is I will go ahead and throw on a box here. This might be an excellent trade that you could just take it above the wick, right? Take it above the wick here and go, look, if it comes up here, take me out of the game, coach. Maybe the 786, 18.2. Something like this. Let me get it up here. Short. There we go. Let's do, I'm going to set it like this. We're going to do a 786 and a drop down to there. And then we're going to pull this all the way back into this range of the point of control. That's going to be a 3.5, 7-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Because there's nothing coming out right now that I'm seeing. It's just one of those freak rallies that we get on. Sometimes Crow did the same thing. So that's what I'm seeing there, OC. I'm going to let you go grab your coffee. I'm going to go back over and finish doing the news. So you go grab coffee, and then we'll come back and talk Bitcoin and have you ready to go with some alts. So go for it, OC. Go for it. Let's jump back over into the news, guys. Taking a look here at the economic calendar and more LBC stuff. Shout out to LBC. There you go. He's all over the place. Guys, we got GDP growth rate came out this morning. We also got initial jobless claims that came out this morning also. Looking at the GDP, 3.3% is what it came in at. Previously, it was at negative 5.5. Here's the PETH news. BC Port Corp's got news for us. Open that link in a new tab. He's got news for us. We'll look at that in just a sec. Actually, let's look at it now. Let's do that now. U.S. Department of Commerce has selected PYTH Network to verify and distribute economic data on chain. Holy cannoli. Don't short that, guys. Don't short that. If you do, use your risk management. But yeah, that's going to be huge. So all the economic data, the stuff we're talking about right now on the economic calendar, they want to put this on chain. And that would mean that everything is open source. Like, hey, how did you get that number? I'm looking at the data right here on chain, right? This is actually a really big deal for economic data and transparency for the American people, also for Wall Street, also for, institutions and new commercial businesses, stuff like that. But this is pretty big. I think it's the PYTH hype, honestly, that's making the price go up, because I don't see that too much of this is going to be, pumping the token. It's not going to be a ton of data back and forth. They're not going to do anything that costs the American people a ton. That's why they went with PYTH, I believe. But overall, this is very bullish news for what they're saying. It marks a landmark step for the adoption of decentralization. PYTH has been working closely with the Department of Commerce and is honored to have been chosen as the official data provider in this historic initiative. Howard Lutnick's visionary stance on data innovation is positioning the U.S. as the world leader in finance, and it's a critical component to the plan. So, of course, this is all being put out by their network. Keep that in mind. We're not seeing anything back yet from official news, unless this is it. Oh, nope, there it is. White House. Okay. PYTH network selected by U.S. Department of Commerce to verify and distribute economic data on chain. Okay, damn. There's the news. That is very unexpected. So there you go, guys. That's what we're getting there. What are they going to put on there? This data right here. GDP growth rate was a consensus to be 3.1%, forecasted to be 3%, came in at 3.3, better than expected, meaning economic growth is occurring, right? That is what this GDP growth rate implies. Corporate profits was down 3.3%. Negative side was expected only to be about up about 1.8, which is a big jump from -3 to positive 1.8. Don't get it twisted, but came in even higher than expected at 2%. So corporate profits, earnings, right? We're seeing that coming in. GDP price index. This is the one. It is better. It's at 3.8%. It came in as expected, but we're still seeing an inflation on the GDP price index. If you take a look at this, I'll explain what it is right there. The GDP deflator measures the change in prices of final goods and services, and it is considered the key indicator for inflationary pressures. It has lessened, but it is still up there a little bit. We did get pending home sales today also. Pending home sales down 0.4%. Was expected to be 0.1, 0.2. Pending home sales dropping in July, and then pending home sales year over year, much better than -2.8 and better than the forecast. So we are seeing more since this time last year, but less than the month prior. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to get core PCE coming in, and we're also going to get some personal data, income and spending numbers tomorrow. But initial jobless claims, let's talk about this one because it was at 235. I believe. Yep, 235. We got revised down to 234. Consensus was that it would be 230,000 people filing for unemployment this week. Forecast would be 237,000 this week. Came in much lower. This is meaning that we're seeing a lessening of unemployment filings. And so that is one of those things that leans towards, hey, you may not have to cut rates as much as you think. We are seeing a slowdown. We're heading back in the right direction with jobs, right? So keep that in mind. It could see some shakeout on the chances. Let's go see what they are now. Was 85.3. It is now sitting at 87.3. So it actually went up. Likelihood of a September rate cut is higher. So 25 basis points is what it looks like we will be getting in about 3 weeks' time from now. So crypto liquidations, max pain for Bitcoin for longs and shorts, guys. If you're in short, the max pain levels to wipe out all those shorts and get the most money out of them is going to be $119,890, so right under 120. And then max pain for longs is going to be 111,772. We're only about 0.8% away from that max pain for the longs. So keep that in mind. Very easily can return back to there. How are we looking on this August print so far? We're down about 2.29% for the month of August so far, guys. Again, if this is red, typically we do see a lot of the time that we end up in red in September. Also, not always, but September tends to be a red month. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we move forward also. Let's go over here and take a look at what I have here on that data. I had Pam run some stuff this morning. There we go. Jobs reports. Nope, that's not it. It is going to be there. Jobs reports claims ending for the week 2020, August 23rd. Okay. Initial claims fell by 5,000 to 229, slightly better than the 230,000 that economists were expecting. Hiring is sluggish, just 35,000 jobs added monthly on the average over the past 3 months versus 123,000 a year ago. So we still have some weakness there, but they are expecting unemployment to tick up to 4.3. That data coming out, by the way, all in the first week of September. The first week of September, guys, we have got a madhouse of data coming in on the economic calendar. Just take a look here real fast. So September 2nd, we got ISM manufacturing. September 3rd, we're going to get JOLTS job openings. September 4th, we're going to get ADP employment change and ISM initial jobless claims. September 5th, non-farm payrolls and unemployment data. They're now saying that this is leaning towards 4.3%. meaning an increase of unemployment rate, unemployment continuing to go up. Matter of fact, take a look here at the unemployment data. We had a nice jump between June and July. Will we see another increase from July to August? That is the question. This is all coming out in the first week of September. So make sure you guys are tuning in here at the Piper Academy Morning Market Report to break all that down. OC, Bitcoin, man. We got the news on PYTH. If you didn't see it, they were just named to be the commerce, all the economic data from the Department of Commerce, all the economic data that we see and go over all the time, it's going to be put on blockchain. And PYTH was who they selected to put all that on. That is why we're seeing that pump. I already told everybody, hold off on that short. That's some pretty bullish news. So let's go look at this Bitcoin chart real fast. OC, I'll bring you over here with me, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin. We are getting that bounce off of that golden pocket. I said we come down and test there. So yeah, and then we did hit. Look, we did hit the 786 too on PYTH. I thought we would. There it is. Got a rejection on it though. Could have done a quick scalp on it, I guess. Did anybody scalp it? Let's go take a look. Yeah, look at that on the 15-minute. Guys, my fibs. They're money, man. There you go. Yeah, if this comes back down and it gets a bounce here, guys, you may want to look at a long off of the golden pocket, 16.1 to 16.5 cents. I'm sure someone somewhere agrees on it's official now. Oh, he's talking about Blowfin figured out. I need to get Blowfin figured out. Sorry, reading chat here. All right, let's go take a look at what we're seeing on Bitcoin right now. We'll knock that out, and then we'll come back and look at alts with OC. Got to get everything back to Bitcoin. Everything back to Bitcoin, sir. Go back to your seats. Everyone, take your seats. There you go. You back to Bitcoin also. Back to the bitty boy. There we go. All right, so looking at Bitcoin here, guys. Right now, what we're fighting on the 4-hour is the 1-to-1 line on this fib extension. This is where I was talking about yesterday. I took a trend-based fib based on a low to high to low and said, okay, what is this looking like here for this move to the downside? And what does it look like? Well, we had a bounce down, and look how perfectly, again, the fibs played out here. We talked about this 1.382 level. And then I said, if we get back above and we can hold this 1.236, oh, there it is. And now we're fighting with the 1-to-1 level, meaning the 1-to-1 level is based off of this low being pulled as the deviation median between those two highs, right? And so that is coming in right now at 113.205. Again, getting pretty decent resistance there over the past 12 hours on Bitcoin. How are we looking on the daily over here? Daily. There you go. Thanks. On Bitcoin right now, it looks like we're seeing a continuation move on the histogram. It's doing its wave thing. It's doing a wave thing, man. Signal line is continuing lower, though. We are seeing money flow is still coming down on the daily. True 7 has fired, and we did get the power bar, and we did get that bounce right there on the daily dynamic reactor. So this could be the range to watch. Where all of this starts to go, hey, bottom indicators in, move to the upside. RSI at the 30% line does support that concept. Ultimately, though, it's going to be based on this bull market support band. It is getting a crossover, and we've talked about pull downs from swing fail patterns and pull downs from those. Where's it likely to head to? The low side, what I'd be watching is this 50-week simple moving average coming in right now at about $94,000. So if we lose this bull market support band, 21-week SMA versus 20-week EMA, watch for a pullback to there. Historical support across the board. And I actually think this is the 52-week. Shout out to, yeah, it is 52-week LBC levels. Got it there. So that's what I'm seeing there. OC, let's go. I'm gonna engage with the chat a little bit here. Let's go pull up the alts and let's talk about what we're seeing on the altcoin side. We want Solana, we got ETH moving, we've got PYTH, obviously, Chainlink. Just go for it, man. Let's rip and tear and shred some alts. What you got for us?
Absolutely. All right. So finally, we have this Peabody here, so I can finally place my my Fibonacci's correctly. All right, so no more messing around here. I'm looking for a possible re-entry right here at somewhere around the 33% mark, coming back down. So this is a 1/4 of a position, just to give you an example of how would a possible re-entry would look like. And be careful because we could even go to the 618 golden pocket. So that's why this is going to be a 1/4 of a position, very close to entering that trade. So you got it on advance. Remember, this is a very dangerous trade. This is not financial advice. If you want to follow this, remember you're jumping in a loose rope. All right. So be careful right down there. Let's go first now to the link because on trading with OC, we open up a trade here for a long, right? And if you guys remember, we had a potential short in here. This is out of the way right now because we are not bouncing from our oscillator, right? So that is very important. We are piercing through our oscillator and trying to actually go through our megaphone here. So remember, it doesn't matter the range or the pattern. In this case, it is a megaphone, right? If we have the price action, we have a fake out, and then we close inside, back again inside that pattern. Well, the chances of hitting the other side of that pattern, they go very, really high. So that is basically what we're looking for, right? You might be seeing me like pushing this a little bit higher as we go. So what I'm looking for, it's either a complete breakthrough like this or a late reversal like this, right? So we are hanging by the trade right now. It seems like we are fighting a lot right at that resistance. We were expecting that, of course, but we keep this just a little bit in the side. Most likely this is going to be taken, or this trade is going to be taken within the next hour, or hour and a half. All right, so stay tuned because this might be confirming a rejection or a breakthrough. That will be your next trade. Nonetheless, we should be already into a long position right there on Link. Let's go and check out Solana. All right, Solana, yesterday I was trading it on the lower time frames. Let's go to the 15 minutes really quickly. Right here, this was one of my first trades that yesterday in trade with OC, in the PYTH Academy we were looking into. What happened is we traces back down, move our stop to entry, go back up. It took us out, but that was pretty not nice. And then right after that, when we were at Hackers, we shorted once again, just in case you were there. We hit our golden pocket right here. Golden pocket always saving the day. And then off we go to the upside. Alex was mentioning, hey, don't short Solana because it might be leading the way to the upside, right? And it seems like it's actually doing so, right? Let's go back to the 4 hours in here. We are breaking the 1% retracement, which means that
I
right
gotta
here
break.
we already have
I gotta break in. I gotta break in for the people. Hold on. I just had Pam run some data for us, and she said, here's the latest as of August 28, 2025. The U.S. Department of Commerce has officially partnered with Chainlink to publish key economic data such as real GDP, PCE price index, and the real final sales to private and domestic purchases. This is according to CoinDesk and 2 other sources on blockchain's platform via Chainlink's Oracle infrastructure. This initiative makes the Bureau of Economic Analysis data available on chain across 10 blockchain networks, including Ethereum, Avalanche, Optimism, Arbitrum, Mantle, and more, updated monthly or quarterly to align with the traditional release schedules. This is all coming from CoinDesk, okay? PYTH, despite reports mentioning PYTH, there is no credible evidence or announcement indicating that PYTH has been awarded or is involved in the Department of Commerce project. All major reputable sources, including CoinDesk, Crypto News, Blockworks, Bloomberg, and others, uniformly credit Chainlink as the partner. Guys, there's some shenanigans going on here with this. I would absolutely be keeping an eye on a short opportunity because when the truth comes out, the truth shall set you free and make you effing rich. Okay. Chainlink to 800. No, Buck. Calm down. No, you're not crazy. I'll just call you Jay. You're not crazy. There's nothing coming out on this. This is false data, shenanigans from PYTH network there. So, somebody over there trying to pump their bags. So OC, wrap up what you're looking at real quickly. Let's take another look at that PYTH chart with this new information that we got here. Let's just see what's going on with price action. Back to your chart.
Okay. Oh, so you're telling me that this 300 link is no longer anymore? Oh, all right.
Oh,
That's
I think the 300 link is absolutely in play.
Let's
So
go.
someone's going to clip that. Someone's going to clip that and send it right straight over to Tim.
Oh man. All right. So looking at this, remember we're still looking for that possible reversal or rejection. We are right on resistance. We need to be careful once again. So everyone, things might not be what they look like. All right. So let's go back to Solana here. We are breaking the 1% retracement. So that is 100% retracement. Why? Because if we retrace up all the way back, so it's retracing 100%. All right. So other than that, basically these fibs already have completed their job, and well, we are at previous highs, actually breaking previous highs. So look at that indecision candles that they are moving up in there. So we need to be a little bit careful. We already have a bearish divergence in here that already played out, yes, and we could be going for the next one. So look at that right here, and this is a very cool way, maybe at this point, that I can start using one of my old tricks in here, right? Which is gonna be my 40 degree box. All right. So this is my 40 degree box. What I'm looking at here, it is there we go. This 45-degree angle line, and I'm seeing that the ribbon, it is hovering below and diverging down from that area, right? Which means we should have on the breakouts, we should have retest. This is telling me that we could be having right now, as right now, because we're above the zero line and diverging down from that 45% line, that we should have a retracement. Let's, for example, analyze what happened here. Like we have a box in here, right? And almost exactly the same thing happened. We have our 45-degree angle diverging down. We have a retracement and then a continuation upwards, right? So we can start repeating this over and over and over. And I believe that we could be having something like this, but slightly higher, something like that. All right. So a possible shorting coming also on Solana. Unless we have like a gut candle like that, but areas to short Solana, let's bring them up and start saying here. So no previews or no upcoming resistances, that is to be expected. Let's go. Here we have our predictive ranges. This is a little scary because our predictive ranges from daily is telling us that, the next shorting opportunity should be all the way at 244. Come on. So that is a big difference of what I could be expecting out of my oscillator, right? So we need to keep that on check. All right, I see why now things are moving the way they are. We are at this point almost breaking the purple line. So let's break it. Hopefully we can break it, because once we break that purple line, we're going to regenerate another set of predictive ranges, and that's exactly what I want to see, because in like something like 75-80% of the times when we break the purple line, we go find the next blue line. All right, so in this case we broke it to the bottom in here, and then we went to find the newest blue line like that. So for example, once we break this purple line, let's just say that the blue line is in here, so most likely we're going to be going and do that, and then retracement. So that will actually be online on what I'm expecting here. And in the meantime, we can use our previous predictive ranges in here, all right, as a guidance. So let's go and use our horizontals, and let's get started here, and let's add a couple of those as we go. All right, so areas of interest for us to start possibly looking for a retracement. All right, not a short that going to zero, but just a possible retracement. There will be right here at 229. And let's start adding a couple of alerts right there. If we start breaking the 217, which we basically already have hit it, right? And of course, your entry is going to be your flip of the ribbon, or better yet, for steeper retracement, a loss of your zero line. But that short, guys, remember, it's a retracement. All right, I'm looking at a little retracement, at a little retracement, at a little retracement like this, to then continue our path up. And that is because we have been trading and ranging over this area for so long. Let's do that, for example, right here, like that, right? And so we are having another rejection. We'll see how big of a rejection that take us down. Other than that, let me go over LDO. We already have checked out link. Yes, let's go over LDO. I've been looking at LDO recently, and there we go. We are expecting a possible long scenario, a little bit lower here, but we're getting closer to our zero line. All right. What does that mean? There means two things: either reject or breakthrough, right? There's no other way around it. But the point is that it's looking a little bit more stronger. And why is that? Let's bring up our volume matrix right here. All right. And before, our volume matrix was pointing down. Okay. Now we're curling up slightly. Another important thing, look at the color here. It's not a deep red. All right. So we're starting into the shifting area right here to the upside. So once again, let's analyze what happens on that shifting area to the upside right here. We do have a curl up. We have right here a breakthrough, a retest, right? And right here we have a almost breakthrough. No, yeah, breakthrough and no retest. So just breakthrough right here. You can start seeing right here. All right, so what could we maybe expecting here? Maybe something like this and a possible breakthrough, the breakthrough that we've been looking for to long it. All right, so it might be taking a little bit longer here, but be prepared for this long to play it out. Again, that's why we have this alert. But if we start crossing above that zero line, that will be an early long as we're also breaking through our dynamic reactor. So let me do one more and then pass it over to you. I want to take a look at gold, because gold will hit in that one last sorry. That one last movement to the upside, and I think we are gonna be breaking through and basically canceling that bearish divergence. We're gonna mention that the third one is the charm. Well, we did have a charm, a little retracement, and we did not visit that lower portion here. I was actually expecting that gold would start retracing if Nvidia was having a good earnings report, but seems like what's going on in the world, it's a little bit more worrying, and that's why we're seeing that safe haven golds keep pushing through. So yeah, I mean, we're breaking through that area. We might have another high run up after a little retracement. But yeah, you guys have been warned.
All right, so shenanigans are happening here.
Emotional damage.
Talking about this PYTH and PYTH, that chain and chain link. Okay. First of all, let me go. Let me do this. There we go. All right. Continuing to dig for the news here, guys. Focus, camera. Thank you. Continuing to dig through the news here. I do have some more news here on this. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, another run, and I also did a bunch of research myself. Looks like here, according to CoinDesk, there's the article. Chainlink is to provide U.S. Department of Commerce data, but PYTH over here, you look and see news on them. PYTH Commerce is search criteria there. PYTH Network, Crypto Briefing, PA News. That's not Piper Academy News, just so you know. And Binance, all reporting on this, right? But so I went back and said, okay, look, give me some of this news. Let's look at this. This is PYTH Network selected. This is coming in from PYTH.network, right? They're still saying they are. So I went back to ChatGPT, and where I went over and did another search, and it says U.S. government has partnered with both. Okay. So I went back to her and said, are you sure there's no PYTH news on this? Because I'm finding it, right? And she said, you're absolutely right to double check. Turns out there is recent mention of PYTH Network in connection with the Department of Commerce's initiative. What's actually going on? Chainlink is confirmed to be one of the Oracle providers delivering macroeconomic data like GDP, so on and so forth, on chain across multiple networks. This has been widely reported by credible outlets such as Blockworks. 11 plus sources have verified this. However, PYTH network is also explicitly mentioned in several reputable reports as part of this collaboration. According to Blockworks, Chainlink and PYTH are both participating in bringing official U.S. GDP metrics on chain across the blockchains, according to Blockworks. There's also an article in O'Daily claiming that PYTH network selected by the U.S. Department of Commerce for on-chain economic data verification and distribution. There's 11 plus sources there. So, Robinhood to list time. Where's it at? Here's all of the stuff on it. Camp, network, something. 3 addresses. Where's it at? 24 hours. There it is. 5 minutes ago. Found it. U.S. Department of Commerce, U.S. government releases the latest GDP for data for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh, I guess this is not it. Okay. But yeah, so what I'm seeing conflicting reports here, guys. But it does look like both of them may be. And the reason we're seeing such a rally on PYTH is because their market cap much lower than Chainlink. And so therefore easier to move. Doesn't take as much to get a 10% move when your market cap is lower. That's why gyms are a thing, right? So PYTH is getting some movement there too. PYTH's top data on Solana block. Good to know. It's both. Oracle plays winning. BC Port Corp said it's both. So, guys, I will take BC Port Corp's knowledge as given because he's really smart about getting all this data together. That's why we have him doing the Good Morning Crypto show. So, cryptobriefing.com. He says, let's go there. Nope, go back, sir. Go back. What did I just do? I just did something. There it is. Okay. Let's go put this on here and talk about this. This is the article that he just shared. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this data for you guys because it's very relevant. Oh, by the way, shout out to Alex O Crypto. I saw him in the chat. Appreciate you sending the peeps over here, man. The OGs in the chat. Much love, bro. Okay, let's talk about this. U.S. government partners with Chainlink and PYTH network to publish GDP data. So, guys, it's looking like that's the case. It is both of them. Let's go back and take a look at that chart again. See how that's looking. Yeah, let's get rid of this until we know for sure. It did get a nice bounce. Check it out here in the 30-minute, 15-minute. It came back down. Look, there it is. There it is. 6.66, the 16.6 cent mark there on the golden pocket. Pulled back, got a bounce, and now coming back up. Guys, be very careful, please. We don't know how this is going to play out with the PYTH announcement, and it does look like we are starting to get some verification, but I would be careful. Also getting this pullback and bounce here on Chainlink also. So evidently everyone's like, what in the actual hell is going on? Everyone wants to know. It looks like as this news gets aggregated and shaken around, that's what we're also seeing here on a pullback retracement. Rejection on Link off the golden pocket, pulled back to the 50. You guys know what I say about this. When you come down on the 50, and you get a bounce, you're typically heading to the platinum pocket. It does look like Chainlink is setting up for another run to the upside. Both of them on this lower time frame looking a little bit toppy, but when we look at the 4-hour, still got more room to move here. Can you load the oscillator for me? Load the oscillator. There we go. Still got more room to run. Money flow coming in on Chainlink also. And then again, that PYTH chart on the 4-hour, how is it looking? Yeah, still got more room to move here on the upside also. So, guys, there you go. Chainlink and PYTH.
If you guys took the PYTH entry at 1660, it's time to move your stop to entry right now. I took it 1665, just so you guys know.
That was the 0.66 line.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, right there. And we're having one candle retracement. Might be taking us out, but also I see money flow just piercing through the zero line. So that is worrying. All right. So we better get out just at either little profits, wait for our next opportunity, maybe 50% retracement. We'll see how that plays. But so far, it's time to at least take 50% out and move your stop to entry on a 5-minute scalp.
Crypto Billy said Mike Tyson loves PYTH. I've heard that like every morning, the first thing that Mike Tyson does is he gets up and takes a PYTH. So, yeah, he does love it.
He also lied bite ears, so I don't know how trusty would that be.
Shout out to TradeFly also in the chat. OC, you got anything else you want to go over on on the charts, or what do you got? We're done with the news. Right now, when I find something out, I'll put it on X, man. But congratulations, if that's the case. Congratulations to PYTH and to Chainlink. They're both doing some great things here, because I would love to know that there's transparency in the economic data that I get every day, guys. This is where my market investment and market moves comes from, is what is going on with the macro, because that's the moon, right? That's the moon or the tides there when it comes to these market movements. And so knowing that this stuff is sitting on chain, on that technology that everybody can go and look at and critique and go, hey, this data point did not give the data in relation to this data point, and this is two different stories going on here. I love that ability to do that. So yeah, it's a really big deal in my opinion. So chain PYTH versus USDT. All right, so OC, what do you got for us, man? Let's go ahead and hand it over to you, and then we're going to head over to Crypto Princess. She's got a little show going on today. Started about 10 minutes ago. So what do you got for us, OC?
Absolutely. So yesterday we had a possible analysis for a possible entry. We analyzed right here when we were hitting the dynamic reactor for a possible long rate. 4 out of 10. So not that sure of that long, right? But nonetheless, if you did take it, because we also created not only that reversal that we were looking at, a bullish divergence, a very vanilla flip of the ribbon, not gonna lie, but also a pick seeker, well, then you should be already into a long. Remember that we have also another alert right down here, right at 0.48 for a better entry. I don't think that we're gonna hit it right now, but something interesting is this candle, right? So depending on where you took your entry, as you can see, mine was not perfect, but still pretty good. I will consider moving my stop to entry right now, or at least shorting it a little bit, just in case we are still within a downtrend movement in here, and we'll go farther down into our next possible area of interest. You can see this might be matching based on those trend lines, and we're still within the same order block. So going and visit the bottom of that order block might still get you the bounce of the bullish setups in here. So this is something that I don't really like, that the entries are so spread apart that we really need to navigate within, right, inside the order block to actually consume their positions. But it is what it is. I mean, that's how people are trading ARB. So we're going to be positioning ourselves for better entry positions. All right. So if you take this long, it's time to move your stop to entry. And if it comes back down, reconsider re-entering, especially if we are breaking the zero line right there. And I think we will, because look at that money flow. It's actually curling up, and our true 7 is piercing through the upside above that zero line. That is a good signal. So other than that, let me go over PENGU, because I'm looking for a long on PENGU here. So in fact, I was looking for a possible retracement a little bit lower here, breaking through. There we go, for a fake out, then breaking back inside and then going up. And why is that? Because if we go back in time, we have, there it is, a big range in here, right? Let's go for it. That is aiming to this area of support. Not only that, we also have very close right there our predictive ranges 0.000. So that is that is indicating a smart money entry. But not only that, that is a fair value gap that has not yet been closed. All right. So I think that we could get somewhere around here, take some liquidity, and then push to the upside. So keep your eyes, guys, on PENGU. I think might have a little pullback and then a possible run up. So I'm going to set my alert at 0.027. All right. So as you can see, I keep track on PENGU as it's moving either to the upside or to the downside, because I believe that still have that potential to break with strength. And after that sweep of some lows, we might be able to have a breakout, right? Looking for a best possible scenario. Oh, like this, of a 41.82% no leverage. That's a big move. That is a big move. And just to finalize, let's take a look at hashtag FETH. And right here, we are respecting the support area that we have in here. Also, we were scalping this a couple of days ago, and We were going for a little short. That played out, coming back to your entry point. If I'm not mistaken, that was at the 5 minutes. Here it is. So coming back down, there we go. Some profits taking us out, and well, the rest is story, right? So let's just get rid of this short scalp, and let's go back to the 4 hours, because in the 4 hours we are creating a big, huge, I would say, triangle or wedging here, right? This is what usually break to the downside. But talking about Ethereum, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have that breakout right now. That will depend on Bitcoin, but still, I believe that if we are able to bounce out of this area, and you already know, or you already can see that that's what I'm expecting, all right, right around these areas, right? If we're able to pierce through, bounce up, and we already are. Oh, come on, let me just get rid of that. And as you can see, I was a little late, but still, there we go. We are bouncing through. If we are able to break previous highs, this is going to be, I don't know what I'm so far away. This could be our break of structure, our BOS entry for a breakout retest continuation to somewhere around 5,042 target. So I'm going to add an alert right here, my previous highs right here, and add somewhere around 4,664 for looking for that breakout. I need to be above my 0 line for that breakout to count. All right. So passing over to you, Piper.
Awesome. Before we head out, guys, this morning I got notified by BC Port Corp that if you go over to this episode right here, the nuclear era begins. Small reactions, big data. He also dropped a link here in the chat. Go over there, go into the comments, type 2FA, 2 Foxtrot Alpha in the chat, right? All one word. 2FA. He's going to be giving away this here. So it's your chance to win. It is a YubiKey. And it basically, if you have your, like Google, you have to go into your phone and get your Google 2FA from the vault, right? This is going to be the replacement for that. No passwords, no codes, just instant secure access with a tap or plug-in. He's going to be giving away a YubiKey 5. Let me see what it is. He told me this morning. He's giving away a YubiKey 5C NFC if they comment on that show this morning on Good Morning Crypto right here on Piper Academy. So go to Piper Academy, go to the video, type 2FA for your chance to win. Giving away a YubiKey, the most secure way, evidently, for your passcodes now. So for 2FA, it's the safer option. Don't have to worry about anybody hacking your Google or backdooring into your 2FA setups or anything like that. So if you guys are interested in it, check it out. I think he also has a link in that description if you want to get it. If you don't win and you decide you want to buy it, but go check it out. That is the giveaway. Shout out to BC Port Corp, and go check out the video. Type in 2FA in the comments and get entered for your chance to win. So perfect. Guys, appreciate everybody. OC, thank you. I guess I got to get a PYTH hat now to go with my Link hat. Long-term Link. The unofficial self-appointed first sergeant of the Link Marines. That's what I named myself a long time ago. But yeah, Chainlink sounds like they definitely got picked up for that economic data. And now we're hearing that PYTH might also, is it PYTH or PYTH, man? BC, I know it's NVIDIA, not NVIDIA. Can you tell? Is it PYTH or PYTH? Let me know in the chat. Guys, you guys have a good one. We're going to head out of here. Don't forget to check out OC later today with Trade Live with OC. Hopefully he has no issues today and he can do that. And then tomorrow morning, go find out if you won that YubiKey on BC Port Corp's Good Morning Crypto right here on the Piper Academy Network. Guys, we will catch you all later. If you hadn't done so yet, smash that like button if you got anything out of this today. You guys gave me some rookie numbers today.
Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
And we'll catch you back here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. with PCE data tomorrow morning. So until then, trade safe. Use some risk management. And as always, peace, love, profits. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
Don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out, 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 out.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report out. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?